Huge shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you're interested in gaining a channel membership, then feel free to head over to my channel profile and click the join button. Also, we do have a Ninjago Discord server. It's a great way to communicate with myself and many others. For more details on that, click the very first link at the very top of the description of this video. So hello there everybody, and welcome back on in to the Overlord X YouTube channel here today for a new video. And today we're going to be discussing something of a bit of a unique concept, I guess you could call it. And who knows, maybe I do say that quite a lot in videos, especially at the beginning of the videos, you know, that the video we're discussing today is unique. And sometimes, well, all of the time really, I do truly mean it. I'm not just saying it to try and get your guys' attention, if that makes any sense. And today is no exception, because I once again find this to be a very unique video idea that I simply wanted to discuss with all of you, as I think it's, again, unique, something that I legitimately have not seen anybody else really talk about, and on top of that, I think it is just simply an interesting point of conversation, mostly because of the fact that, again, it is a unique idea. And this one's going to take a bit of explaining, and I want to just kind of explain what it is that I'm trying to talk about in this video, before we really move on to anything else later on in the latter half of today's video. So, let's take the Wild Brain era for example. Things started off with Season 11, and Season 11 brought about a lot of change. And within the actual season, a lot of change was, of course, brought about. We got the ninja, which were, you know, you could kind of consider them to be starting from zero once again, because they were all lazy, they had forgotten a lot of their skills, just because of them, again, being lazy, simple as that. So, Season 11 followed their journey back to being actual good ninjas once again, as at the beginning, in the very first episode of Season 11, they were pretty horrendous, all things considered, to the point where the Ninjago community was actively hating on them for this, just because of how out of character it seemed that they were, because of just how lazy they were acting and were being at that point in time. So Season 11 followed this journey pretty nicely, and that then followed into Season 12, and I'm not going to go too in-depth with every single season here, but you guys get the point. The Wild Brain era was more or less a self-contained story, but at the same time, it kind of wasn't. And the reason I say that is because Prime Empire, right? Prime Empire is one of those cases where it wasn't really connected in the slightest. In fact, the only true connection from, you know, like Master of the Mountain onwards, most of that was held together by one mention of the Vengestone buyer, right? That is the whole reason that Season 13 can even be kind of mentioned as a season that is interconnected to the later seasons, because then, obviously, in Crystalized, that Vengestone buyer is actually revealed, the Overlord returns, Harumi is revealed to be the buyer, and so forth. So in that way, yeah, technically things are interconnected, but at the same time, it's definitely quite a big stretch to really label it as such. Now, with Dragons Rising, we are once again not in the Wild Brain era anymore. We are entering a new period and phase for Ninjago, and this whole new show is called Dragons Rising, so we don't have a particular era anymore. That is the actual show title we're dealing with. Again, I say this a lot, but Dragons Rising isn't a season title, it is actually a series title. Now, one of my big hopes, and something that I think I'm seeing coming true before my very eyes, is the fact that these seasons seem to be, well, right, okay, obviously we've only got the first part of the season, so I can't say that the seasons seem to be, but so far, this particular season, not plural, singular, this season seems as though it will be interconnected to the future seasons in the Dragons Rising period. There seems to be a lot going on with the merge, with the villains, with the person that actually caused the merge. You know, all of these questions, while some of them may be getting answered within this particular season, you know, Dragons Rising Season 1, the season that we are waiting on Part 2 for, while some of those questions may actually go ahead and be answered in this season, I definitely do not believe that all of them will be. And I do not believe that things will just end on a random cliffhanger. That would, of course, make absolutely zero sense. What I believe is going to be happening is that, for example, Season 2, well, we will kind of just drift swiftly into Season 2 again. I think that things will actually pan out very closely, therefore making things very, very interconnected in that sense. And I can, again, absolutely get behind this idea. I think it's always a very welcome kind of change to have every Ninjago season actually interconnected and flow from one to another. It's kind of a rarity when it comes to Ninjago, but because there's such a huge potential for it to happen with Dragons Rising, I see it actually happening at the same time. I think that something like this is definitely going to end up happening. I just don't see any other way around it. It seems as though they are very clearly setting that up, and I can absolutely get behind this. I think it would be a very great thing to actually see happen. But with all of this being said, I think that is basically just about going to cover it for today's video. I suppose a little bit of a shorter one here for all of you today, but I hope that it did make sense, and I am kind of happy with what I've actually managed to bring up here today. Again, a very unique, yet also very interesting concept, and for that, I hope you guys did all enjoy it. Please, though, now that I'm done talking, I do turn it over to all of you watching now. Feel free to leave any of your own personal thoughts on all of this down below in the comment section. I would love to hear your own thoughts regarding this. As always, though, if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel for more, and hit that notification bell so that you behind the screen there, it's you there, I'm looking at you, can keep up to date on all things Ninjago right here on the channel. And with all of this being said, I will catch you all soon for a new video. Well, goodbye everybody, see you all very soon.